Hello there, I'm going to show you this gorgeous card made simply with borders, a little bit of gilding flakes and some accent pieces from our collection. So we will be using the California collection border, corner, and die set. And this one, I just want to note, is an extra long border. It's 9 inches long, and it's made especially to do these kind of projects, where sometimes when you use shorter borders, you can't do these. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. I have cut 3 of these already, but I'm going to cut one more, just show you how beautifully it cuts. I'm going to pop this onto a piece of coconut white card, tape it into place. Let's get our cutting mats and boards. And we'll run this one through. Check to make sure it's been cut all the way. This is absolutely gorgeous, all the way cut. We're going to emboss to bring out the beauty on it. Get that little piece of wax paper off of there. Change that, put the tan mat over it and your pink embossing plate, and run it back through your grand caliber. There we go. And let's set these aside and we'll show you how pretty this is. Take off your tape and we're going to just pop this out. Take the little fall away and see how easy it comes out too. It's a beautiful die. And we'll just poke these little pieces out. And I do want to show you something. Just one of these little details we decided to put in case you're a scrapbooker and you want to do longer pieces. Let me finish poking these out and I want to show you something. There we go. Now, these dies have been made so that they fit together and you can just line them up perfectly and you continue on your pattern. Can you see that? And you can glue them right together like that. And I think it's that attention to detail in dies that I think is absolutely beautiful. So if you want to make long borders in your scrapbook pages, this is a great border to do that with. All right, so now I've got 4 of these cut, and I've got a piece of coconut white card that I've put a self-adhesive sticky sheet on. So it's something sticky on something white, so it may not pick up too easily. I'll set that right there, and let me just move some things around here. We'll pop this into place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my first border down, and I'm just going to try and center it up at the top here and try, let's see, hold on, just let me do a little looking. I have to lean over just a tiny bit to kind of make sure I get it where I want it. Okay, pop that into place. And then with my next one, I'm going to kind of offset it just a tiny bit. So that's why you need the longer die. Okay, so you can put that like that. We'll leave a little bit of a gap there, tiny bit more. There we go. And then I'm going to raise this one so I'll have my scalloped edges here in the center. In fact, let's see, do we want to offset it? Do we want to lay it out normal? Let's do an offset, just a little bit like that. Your call, you can do it any way you like. And then we'll pop this one into place right about like that. In fact, that one's a little tight. Let me see if I can still lift that. There we go. I haven't pushed it down completely yet, so I can move that about, space it a little more evenly. And then use the wax side of your release paper and make sure that it's on there really nice and tightly. Give it a good burnish down. And before we go any further, we're going to trim the excess off. So I'm just going to turn it over backwards and use the edge of the cardstock as a guide and trim it. You can use a guillotine paper cutter, things like that, and do a real nice even cut at home. And let me get this little bit right here. There we go. Okay. Push that to the side. Let's just tidy up so we can find things. Now I'm going to use the new Verdigris Gilding Flakes by Creative Expressions, and these are gorgeous. And look, they're so full, they're just popping out the top there. We're going to pop some over the top. Ooh, look at that. That's a big piece in that one. Don't need quite that much. And a little piece of Rub It, Scrub It. And we're going to work that into all the sections not covered by those beautiful borders. And the Rub It, Scrub It just allows you to kind of move these bits and pieces around and get it on there, attach it really nicely, and refine the excess. Okay, move it around. And I just do a light swirling motion. And see how much extra you have? It doesn't take a lot of this product. It goes so far. Let me turn it around a little bit here and work it into this last corner. And there you've got just a little bit of the roughness on this Rub It, Scrub It, so you can take all your little bits off and refine it. Okay, so now just tidy up. Well, tell you what, this one is literally exploding. It's so full, so I think what I'm going to do is just tip this one down below. All right, so now I've got a base piece already done. I'm going to put a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue on the back here, and we'll just seat it with that. And let me just lean over a tiny bit to make sure I'm in position there. So we've got the base of the card finished. Isn't that pretty? So nothing more than a border, or 4 borders, and your Gilding Flakes. That's for the base. Now I've got a length of the frilly edged ribbon in white here, and I thought I'd just show you how to tie, or how I tie a bow. I take a piece, and this is roughly about between 3 and 4 feet, folded in half, and what I do is on the folded end, I leave that as my tails. I make a little pinch, I bring 2 loops up and put them underneath my thumb, fold it around just like you're tying shoelaces, and tuck it back under with your thumb, or your forefinger, and then grab it with your thumb as it comes through. And at this point, I hold that little tail and this tail down in my fingers and give it a little bit of a gentle tug. And you can kind of straighten it up if your loops are coming out a little bit lopsided there. So there is a simple bow. And you can adjust that, make them any size you want them. I personally prefer them a little bit on the smaller side since it is a wide ribbon. And then I'll take and pull them apart, and usually I'll make the top loop a little bit smaller. Just figure out which one pulls it there. Pull them apart here. And make that top one a little bit smaller. Give it a good tug. And then I'll take and trim the ends. Fold it in half, cut away from you. Take this one, which is where we started, fold it in half, cut away from you, and you've got a really pretty little bow. So simple and easy to do, okay? And now let's just put that onto our card with a glue dot. And let's seat it down here in this corner. And we've got these really, really pretty satin ribbon roses in gold, and I'm going to put one of those on top of it, and I'm just going to add in a little bit of a gold twine there too to kind of bring it up and give you a little bit of sparkle. And you can glue these into place, or you can use the glue dots like I like. And I've made a couple of pretty decorative stick pins with some jewels, and we're going to poke those into the knot on the bow so they won't ever injure anybody. And last but not least, I've stamped a sentiment, and this is from the Bold Sentiment stamp set by Creative Expressions. And I've just gone around the edge with a little bit of a gold ink and highlighted it, and I'm going to tuck that right underneath my flower just to finish that off. How pretty and elegant is that card? You could use that for any occasion, a wedding, just to say thanks, or anything you like. I think anybody would be really proud to receive this one.